Hey everybody, today we're talking about lower control arms in the Skyjacker kit on Mossy. This guy hadn't been greased, therefore it falls apart. What you want, solid. I gotta fight to get this guy apart nice and shiny. Basically how this works, one end goes to your axle, the other end goes to your frame. These rubbers snap down in there, one on each side, and then your arm pivots on this. If you don't grease it, it gets all rusty, and then the rust in turn wears out the inside of these bores. Now your axle can float around on both ends. I'm guessing in this one I had heading towards a 1/2 inch of play, as bad as these bushings were. Now when you're all done, these I'm taking them, sandblasting them. They had grease fittings here. I popped them out. You order the kit, you get enough to do 2 of these. They give you a new grease fitting. They just press in, they don't screw in. So you have to, what I did is I broke the ends off and then drove them clear through. So now the new one I can set on there, take a socket, set it over that, tap it with a hammer, pop them in. But before I do that, we're sandblasting them. After you sandblast them, you're going to end up with something that looks a lot like this guy. Get down in here. Now it makes more sense. You can see up here's your frame mount, grease fitting, and on these Skyjacker ones they're actually keyed. So you can put the grease fitting in here, and it's on the front on this side. So you can actually get to them. Don't put it in upside down because you'll never be able to grease it. Or in the other orientation, the grease fitting would come out the back, and yeah, there's no way to get a grease fitting in there. But that's a little bit about these. I went back with the original Skyjacker red, or I think it's Ford Tractor red. Alrighty, so that's today's adventure. Also, you can adjust your angle of the axle a little bit down here, depending on which way this half moon is turned. It's actually keyed onto this bolt. So you turn this side of the bolt and it'll pull it in and out, up and down, so on and so forth. But I've got both front ones done. Something else to be aware of when you're taking these out, don't do them all at once. One at a time is a good idea, because this is the only thing keeping this axle located forward and aft. If you take them both out, the axle could slide that way or slide back and the whole thing could come down on you. There's going to be drive shafts and other things help bind it up, but still I would just do one at a time if you're doing it on the ground like I am. Right now I've got that one removed and we got that one done. So one more and we'll be back in business. Alrighty, so that's lower control arms. Till the next time.